Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My real name is Beth. Everybody calls me Beth anyways. Elizabeth is the full name. But I am back again doing the December 2014 tarot horoscope for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in lovely Lammy Puff Scorpios. I'm always excited when I get to Scorpio. That's because you guys are my lamb puffs, and I didn't call you guys lamb puffs last time, but doesn't mean I still don't have a soft spot for all of you lamb puffs. I actually looked up my friend who is a lovely lammy puff Scorpio had me look up what is the definition of a lammy puff. And I think I found it's a little puff of lamb. It's sort of like a miniature lamb, you know? If you think of a lamb, it's sweet, but a miniature is even just a small puff, you know? Anyways, yeah, I'm a little loopy because I've been doing these videos all day again, and but I'm really excited to do these for you. So this is for everyone with their sun, moon, or ascendant in Scorpio for the month of December. I am going to be doing my mid-months, and I will be resuming my daily videos any day now. And I'm recording from a hotel because I am on the road traveling. But let's just see where we get for you guys and girls and see what's in store for you. Okay. You guys got some interesting cards. Really, really interesting. Okay, so beginning is good, but we've got some tough stuff to get through here. So I'm just going to go one at a time. So what your path that you're on is this good fortune and happiness card, actually. This is big money. You're in the money. The skies are sunny. I don't know. There's a song. I don't remember it exactly. But it's a good. I mean, money is good. It's green. It's got the coin. It's both the dollar and the coin. You can't get any better than that, right? What's crossing you is usually this is a Cancer, Scorpio, or Libra male. So in your case, this is you, Scorpio. And you are a little bit in danger of getting overwhelmed by your emotions. You're kind of headed for like a nervous breakdown. If you haven't had one already, I would just kind of, you know, talk things through as much as you can. If you already have a therapist, that's good. But I feel like you need to like unbottle some of that emotion. It's really important that you do so. But this is also following your heart, letting things play out the way, you know, regardless of all the emotion that you're dealing with. Regardless of your feelings, letting things play out. Letting just things kind of work themselves out. The foundation is actually the Two of Pentacles, which means you're juggling two things. Could be, you know, wanting to stay and wanting to go. Could be wanting to be in the job that you're in and not wanting to be there at all, you know. It's sort of like life is a balancing act. And the juggler, or the Two of Pentacles, I think of it as the juggler. The juggler is doing multiple things at once. It's like multitasking. And the thing is, it's kind of an uncomfortable feeling for you guys because Scorpions are very like, they become so fixed and obsessive about like one thing that they can't really like juggle very well. So if you're forced to be, in the past, you know, where you were juggling and you may be still juggling a lot of responsibilities, it's not really the best vibe for you. Interesting, in the recent past, you were dealing with the Free Will card, also known as the Wheel of Fortune, which is a wild card. which is things playing out, wanting things to happen, and maybe this is holding on to things for too long and yet at the same time wanting things to happen. This is where you exercise free will in some way, and things have, you're kind of having to pay a little bit of a karmic price. So maybe there were some things that you went through that were difficult in the past, but that was, the karma, you've paid your karmic dues, and so now you can move on, which is why the wheel turns in such a positive direction. That's why they say what is down must come back up, because when you're down, you've paid your dues when you're down at that level, and then the wheel turns again, so you're able to come back up. And so I feel like you're kind of on an upswing. But the thing about this is that we've got the Three of Swords, and I don't like this because this is my lamb, my beautiful bird, Scorpio, that's hurt, that's suffering, that's going through something painful. Painful, traumatic. The Three of Swords can be people that have stabbed you, people that have betrayed you, people that have hurt you in some way. This is also, loss. This is serious loss. Again, with the Wheel of Fortune coming before this loss, I feel like you paid some kind of big karmic due. Something that you needed to do, something happened that was part of karma, that was part of something that you needed to do. And people misunderstand. In this life, you could be an amazing human being, okay? And be near perfect and not have hurt anyone or done anything. But karma goes back a long way. Karma goes back many, 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 many lifetimes to the beginning, okay? So, especially if you're an older soul, older souls have a lot more karmic dues because they're getting to the point where they're not going to be coming back anymore. They're just needing to kind of get it all done, and it just seems like for people that are older souls, they've gone through so much, and they'll continue to go through a lot in their life because they're paying a lot of karmic debts. Although it does get easier because once those debts are paid, well, then it's not like everybody's on easy street after that. It's just that things get better as a result, generally. So I feel like you're suffering some kind of very traumatic loss, which I don't like to see my lamb puffs hurting at all. But there's something really, really hurts you. And I feel like you're still not feeling really good about it. You're still suffering, which is just terrible. And I'm sorry to see this. This is hard. This is hard for me to be the bearer of this news because generally lammy puffs are sweet. Scorpios have a very sweet nature. They're sweet and they don't deserve this. I don't think anybody deserves this. When I see this Three of Swords, this is hard stuff. This is big stuff. It's just terrible trauma. Something traumatic must have happened recently, and maybe that's why you're watching my video. But I just feel like you guys don't deserve it, and I'm sorry that this is happening. But at the same time, what I'm hearing is that everybody goes through their own stuff. So I shouldn't be sorry because you chose to go through these things because of karma, so that you would learn from it. That's why your soul chose it. Even though it's really hard. But I guess I'm just sorry that it's hard for you. Because it's hard when you go through something like this. It's just traumatic, it's loss, it's painful, it's just not fun. Interestingly, you have some highs and lows. You got the Sun, which is one of the victory cards, which is riding off into the sunset, which is very, very strong. Freedom. I've got that freedom song in my head again. I see this as sort of like this joy. It's sort of like you're filled with joy again. I don't know how that happened coming out of this, but it's sort of like this is the story. I'm seeing this as the story. The story is You're going through life, you know, juggling your responsibilities like every other human being, okay? Things are a little out of balance, but that's kind of like the way things go for a lot of people, for most people. Then the wheel of karma, I should call it the wheel of karma. I should write that down. You know, happened. Wheel of Fortune happened. You used your free will, and something happened. And maybe it wasn't even you. Maybe something else, something happened in your life that had nothing to do with you, and it was completely unexpected. The wheel turned. You paid some kind of karmic due, which caused this feeling of loss, which was a feeling of just terrible trauma and loss. But then you recovered, and because you paid the due, you kind of feel like this. You're kind of revived in a way. Like you come back to life, you know? And it's almost like a transformation. I'm feeling like tingles all over. It's like a transformation. It's sort of like, it's almost like the phoenix, the bird, okay, in a magical kingdom. This swan would die, and then it would fade to ashes, right? And this bird, this other beautiful bird, would come up in its place. So I feel like you're going through you've gone through a significant transformation, and you're going to be revived. If you don't feel it yet, this could be maybe more like mid-December, early to mid-December. I feel like for you is the real point in which you feel some kind of, you feel joy again. Maybe you do something that makes you happy, and suddenly you have this. It could be that you kind of have a nervous breakdown. You kind of get to a point where you just let all this emotion out, and then you go do something fun, and you realize you still have so much life to live. You still have so much more you need to do. You just become filled again with that joy of life again, that sun energy. And if you haven't gone to a sunny place, I do recommend it. Very important for you guys to travel and be in the sunshine. Really key for you. Right now, emotionally, you're really worried. You're really worried. You're worried about where money's coming from, but money's coming in. You got the good fortune card here, so you don't really have to worry too much. Although people worry all the time about money, it's not unusual. It's just that you're worried about how you're going to take care of your family. But your family is going to be fine. There's going to be enough food for them. There's going to be enough clothes for them. It's going to be fine. That's my message on that. Interestingly, I take this from here. Yeah, I did. What's coming in from the outside is it's sort of like you come to the end of your pathway or the end of your rope. Female Scorpios, I feel like this is more you. And you're standing there and you're like, well, what am I going to do with my life? You know, and you can't decide. You're trying to make the decision. It's not about taking the leap of faith. It's deciding to do something else with your life. And you need to make that decision. I will say, generally, this is the entrepreneur. Generally, this is someone who's switching careers, switching tracks altogether, making a completely new life for herself, changing the way she thinks about things. If you're a guy, same thing. You're kind of like, male Scorpios, it's time for you to figure out what it is that you want to do with your life and do it. Make the choice. Okay, you're going to become an astronaut. Okay, you need to go to school and go to, do this, that, and the other to become trained to be an astronaut. That's what you really want to do. If that's what you really want to do, you need to go for it. Obviously, some people are just trying to figure out what they want to do. And that's okay. Taking time for that is important. Taking time, just thinking things through, that's very important. Interestingly, you got this Chariot card, which is female Scorpio, Aquarius, Cancer, this is the Chariot. This is swift success, This is also really good news. I feel like if you're a Scorpio male, this is really good news. This could be good news coming from a Cancer, Scorpio, another Scorpio or Aquarius woman that you know. Or this could be just good news coming from something maybe unexpected. I kind of feel like it's unexpected good news from somewhere. And now let's get to the outcome, which I pulled an additional 2 cards. But unfortunately, my Lammy Puffs, we got a negative outcome, which concerns me, okay? You've got a lot of fear. You've got a lot of fear. You're very, very fearful. You're very much afraid, you know, of something. You've got all this worrying in your head. You got 2 worrying cards, okay? You also have the liar, the cheater, the thief card. And I like to think that you, my Lammy Puff Scorpios, are the swan. Not that you're this dude. If you are this dude, Scorpio males, could be even females, but then you're hiding something from someone, or you've turned your back on someone, or you're hiding behind a mask. You're not being real. You've stopped being real. And I tend to think Scorpios are very, very real. They're very, very honest. So for this to come up kind of concerns me because I'm not sure why that's happening. I'm not sure who it is that you're interacting with. This could be I'm getting this weird feeling that if you're a Scorpio male, there's a woman that thinks you're cheating, but it's not true. She has the impression for some reason that you're cheating. And she's very overwhelmed in her own emotions. It could also be that, Scorpio, you're not cheating, but you think the male or female in your life is. And they're not being real with you. But Scorpios can be very secretive. This could be where you're hiding things from other people. Maybe you don't want people to know certain things. I'm not sure. You're also trying to, you know, escape responsibility, although maybe it's like you think somebody else is trying to escape responsibility and you're trying to hold them accountable, which is more than likely the case. Somebody has turned their back on you, also the case, which could be the case. But, you know, I pulled these 3 for the outcome. I'm not sure why I'm getting that, though. You know, but I pull what I pull. I say what I see. I wish it was different. I do want to pull an additional card as a final message. See if there's any final messages that need to come through. Normally, you know, I'll pull an additional card for an outcome if it's negative. But if I pull 2 additional cards and it's negative, it's sort of like that's the way it's going to go. Even if I don't want it for my clients, you know. The energy is kind of stuck there. It's only temporarily stuck there because everybody has free will and everybody can make their life better. Even if it's a small improvement, they can still do stuff that they can make their life better and get unstuck. But I feel like the outcome of December is, for some reason, you are kind of entangled in some drama. That's kind of how I see it. You're entangled with some kind of drama, or you're afraid of something happening. I feel like it's you and your partner. There's a male and female element here. So if you're married, you know, this is issues with your partner. If you're getting a divorce, this is issues with the divorce. If you are single, you're not being truthful with yourself. And you're really, really overwhelmed and you're afraid of the future. Of what could happen in the future. Final card. Interesting, because this is not you. This, to me, is a Leo, Capricorn, could be even Aries or Taurus, could be Sagittarius, male or female. Message is watch where you're going. I got this for this was, I think, final card for another one of the signs. Could have been Leo. Watch where you're going. Pay attention to where you're going, okay? Scorpio has a tendency to just go and do stuff. you know, and they're not thinking, okay? So make better decisions, Scorpio. Think things through before you make the decision to go do something. Instead of going with the flow and going with what somebody else wants, just remember that you're in control. Even if you think maybe somebody else is. Scorpios love control. The reason they love control is because then they can, you know, get what they want best. But in this, you need to kind of just be careful about the steps that you're taking. Be careful about the decisions that you're making. Step back if you need to. Rather than plunge forward, step back. You know, I feel like really tingly. This is very important for you. Take a moment to reflect before you go running off, charging into the fray. You know, ready with your sword. Hold back a minute. Say, oh, okay, what does this picture look like? Before you go off the deep end emotionally, talk it through with your therapist. Have a good cry out if you need to. But this is all about not being reckless, being a little bit more cautious. And I think things will be better for you in that way. Okay, so that's all that I really see. I wish you a wonderful holiday. I know the end of December doesn't look as good as it could. Knowing that is, well, like I said, you have the power. We all have the power to change things. You can all always shift things. Things are constantly shifting every single minute of every single day. So never give up hope that things can shift into something positive, because they can, okay? So be positive and enjoy your holiday. Enjoy the people in your life. And I send you big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Take care.